I'm 80, what 2 months in a nursing home taught me, advice for seniors. If someone had told me at 80 years old that I'd spend 2 months in a nursing home, I would have laughed. I never imagined I'd end up there, not at this stage, anyway. But as life often does, it threw me a curveball. What I thought would be a short-term recovery stay turned into something that would completely change the way I look at life, aging, and everything in between. 2 months may seem like a brief stretch of time, but in that time, I learned more than I had in years. I learned about aging, about the deep regrets people carry with them, and about the lessons that only come when you're faced with the quiet stillness of time. Some of the things I experienced were painful, while others opened my eyes to new ways of thinking about life, relationships, and what it truly means to live well. I met people there who had been in the nursing home for many years. Some had family members who visited them regularly, while others hadn't seen a single visitor in months or even years. It was tough to see, but it made me realize that there's so much more to aging than the physical challenges we face. The real battle often happens inside, where the emotions live. Through long, quiet conversations and nights spent reflecting on the experiences of others, I discovered 7 crucial lessons that I believe everyone, whether young or old, should take to heart. These lessons aren't just for those in nursing homes, but for anyone who wants to live a full, meaningful life. 1. Loneliness is the greatest disease of old age. We often think of nursing homes as places where the elderly go to receive medical care, where food and shelter are provided. But what I came to realize is that the greatest struggle isn't physical, it's emotional. The loneliness in these places is heartbreaking. I met residents who hadn't had a visitor in months. Some hadn't seen their children in years. And no matter how wonderful the nursing staff was, they couldn't replace the warmth and connection of family. The most painful part of getting older is realizing that the world keeps moving forward without you. You can see it in the eyes of people who are slowly forgotten by their loved ones. I wish I had spent more time building lasting relationships earlier in life. I spent far too many years chasing after career success and accumulating wealth, but when I look back, I realize that what matters most are the connections you build along the way. Loneliness, I've learned, is the heaviest burden of old age. No amount of money or success can fill the void that loneliness creates. If you take anything from my experience, let it be this: build meaningful relationships, because they're the only thing that will truly keep you going when the years start to take their toll. 2. Health is more valuable than wealth. During my time in the nursing home, I met a man who had once been very successful. He owned multiple properties, luxury cars, and traveled the world. He had everything you could want in terms of material wealth. But now, his body had betrayed him. He couldn't walk without help, couldn't eat without assistance. All the wealth he had accumulated meant nothing. His health had become his most important and most precious asset. Unfortunately, it was too late to change anything. This man's story made me reflect deeply on my own life. How many times did I prioritize work, money, and status over my own well-being? If I could go back, I would take much better care of my body. I would have exercised more, eaten healthier, and taken better care of my mental health. Because what good is all the wealth in the world if you can't enjoy it? Health is priceless. When it's gone, there's nothing you can do to buy it back. So, take care of your body, because it's the only one you get. 3. Material things lose their meaning. When I first moved into the nursing home, I left behind a house full of things. Furniture, clothes, gadgets. I had spent years collecting all these possessions, thinking they would bring me happiness. But now, I live in a small room with just a few items, and you know what? I don't miss any of it. It's a powerful realization that the things we think we need are often just distractions from what truly matters. I spent so much of my life accumulating material possessions, thinking they would bring me joy. But as I sit here now, I realize that the most valuable things in life aren't the things we own, they're the experiences we have and the people we share them with. If I could go back, I would spend more time creating memories, not collecting things. In the end, material things are just that, things. They may fill a space for a while, but they don't fill your heart. The relationships we build and the moments we share with others are the things that matter most. 4. Independence is a treasure. Imagine living your whole life making your own decisions, doing things on your own terms, getting dressed, eating, going where you want. And then one day, you can't do any of it without help. That's a reality many face in their later years. When independence slips away, it's not just about physical limitations, it's about losing your sense of self. When you're still able to move, think clearly, and do things on your own, cherish that independence. It's a gift we often take for granted until it's gone. I've seen people in the nursing home who are no longer able to do even the simplest tasks for themselves, and it's heartbreaking. The day you lose your independence, you'll realize how valuable it truly was. If there's one thing I would tell younger people, it's this: don't take your independence for granted. Appreciate it while you have it. 5. True happiness comes from the simple things. I met a woman in the nursing home who, despite being 85, always had a smile on her face. I asked her one day, "What's your secret to happiness?" She simply said, "I don't focus on what I've lost. I enjoy what I still have." That simple answer changed my whole outlook on life. Happiness isn't found in big accomplishments or material possessions. It's found in the little things: the smell of fresh coffee, the warmth of the sun on your face, a quiet moment with a friend. When we stop chasing after the next big thing and start appreciating what we already have, we realize that happiness was always there, quietly waiting for us. We tend to think that happiness is something we need to achieve, but it's really about recognizing the joy in the present moment. Simple pleasures, those are the real treasures of life. 6. Forgiveness brings peace. I watched many people in the nursing home carry the weight of past hurts. They held grudges against family members, friends, and even spouses who had passed. One woman told me that she wished she had forgiven her sister before she passed away, but now it was too late. The regret in her voice was palpable, and it made me realize that holding on to anger and resentment doesn't hurt the person you're angry at, it hurts you. I decided that I wouldn't carry that burden. I chose to forgive, not because others necessarily deserved it, but because I deserved peace. Letting go of past hurts felt like lifting a heavy stone off my chest. And as soon as I did, I felt lighter, freer. It's amazing how much energy we waste holding on to bitterness. If you're holding on to something, whether it's anger or regret, let it go. Forgive not for them, but for yourself. Peace is far more valuable than pride. 7. Every day is a gift, don't waste it. I woke up one morning in the nursing home to the news that one of the residents had passed away in his sleep. Just the night before, he'd been laughing and sharing stories of his life. And just like that, he was gone. That moment hit me hard. Life is so fragile. It doesn't matter how old you are, how healthy you are, or how careful you've been, tomorrow is never promised. We waste so much time on things that don't matter, worries that never come to fruition, regrets we can't undo, grudges we hold onto. We tell ourselves that one day we'll do this or that, but that one day never comes until it's too late. The biggest lesson I learned was to live while you still can. Don't wait for the perfect moment to do something you love. That perfect moment doesn't exist. The time is now. Appreciate every moment, and don't wait until it's too late to tell the people you love how much they mean to you. Life isn't measured in years, it's measured in moments. Make those moments count. Because in the end, it's the quality of those moments that defines the life you've lived. To further emphasize the lessons I've shared, I want to tell you about someone I met during my time at the nursing home, Mrs. Evelyn, a woman in her early 80s, who had lived a full and vibrant life. Her story still lingers in my heart, and it brought the lessons of my own experience to life in ways that words alone can't fully capture. Mrs. Evelyn was one of the happiest people I met during my time there. Despite the fact that she had lost much of her mobility and could no longer do many of the things she once loved, she radiated warmth and joy wherever she went. I asked her once, "How do you manage to stay so cheerful?" She simply smiled and said, "I have learned that happiness comes not from what I've lost, but from what I still have. Every day is a blessing. I've learned that life isn't about counting the years or what you don't have, it's about appreciating the little moments." Her words struck me deeply because they mirrored the realization I had come to during my own stay. What struck me even more was how Mrs. Evelyn lived those words. Despite the physical limitations that came with age, she had an incredible ability to make the most of every situation. One day, I watched her sit by the window, watching the rain fall. She was not looking for anything specific, yet the peaceful expression on her face spoke volumes. She wasn't waiting for anything extraordinary to happen, she was simply enjoying the present moment. Her perspective on life was a true testament to the idea that true happiness isn't found in the big accomplishments, but in appreciating what you have right in front of you. Mrs. Evelyn didn't have the luxury of big vacations or family trips anymore, but she found joy in simpler things: a warm cup of tea, a phone call from a grandchild, and the joy of a good book. The story of Mrs. Evelyn is just one example of how our attitudes towards aging can shape our experiences. She didn't focus on what she had lost, she focused on what she still had. And in doing so, she found peace, contentment, and happiness. Another real-life testimony, Mr. Samuel's regret. On the other hand, I also met Mr. Samuel, another resident who had spent many years in the nursing home. Unlike Mrs. Evelyn, Mr. Samuel carried the weight of regret on his shoulders. He had been a successful businessman in his younger years, accumulating wealth and status, but as he sat in his room, he often spoke of the things he wished he had done differently. "I should have spent more time with my family," he said to me one afternoon, his voice tinged with sadness. I was so focused on my career and my business that I forgot about the people who mattered the most. Now, my children hardly visit, and my wife passed away years ago. I have no one but myself to blame. Mr. Samuel's story is a powerful reminder that, no matter how successful you are in the eyes of the world, it's the relationships you build and the time you invest in them that truly matter. Money, status, and accomplishments may make us feel accomplished for a while, but when you're sitting in a room filled with memories, it's the relationships and moments you shared with others that you'll long for. Listening to Mr. Samuel made me realize how precious time is. You can always make more money, you can always chase after career goals, but you can never get back the time you lost with loved ones. That's a lesson I carry with me now, and one I hope you'll remember as well. If there's anyone you've been meaning to reach out to, someone you've been too busy to connect with, don't wait. Reach out now. Those moments may be gone before you know it. These two stories, Mrs. Evelyn and Mr. Samuel, paint two very different pictures of life in old age. One person focused on the joy of the present, cherishing each moment, while the other carried the weight of regret and unfulfilled desires. What I've learned is that the way we live now shapes how we will feel about our lives when we're older. The key is to live with intention, cherish the relationships that matter, and never take a single day for granted. The stories from Mrs. Evelyn and Mr. Samuel are reminders that the quality of our relationships, the way we treat our bodies, and the way we find joy in the simple moments will ultimately define our happiness in old age. It's never too late to start making the changes that will lead you to a life without regret. As we wrap up today's journey, I want you to take a moment and think about the lessons we've explored. Time is precious, and the choices we make today shape the lives we will live tomorrow. Whether you're young or old, life has a way of teaching us these lessons when we least expect it. But the beauty lies in the fact that it's never too late to start making meaningful changes. The stories of Mrs. Evelyn and Mr. Samuel remind us that happiness is found in the little moments and in the people we cherish. Time spent on accumulating wealth, on chasing after things that don't matter, will one day feel like time wasted. But time spent with loved ones, making memories, living with intention, those are the moments that truly shape a fulfilling life. So, I encourage you, no matter where you are in life, to make every moment count. Start now. Appreciate the relationships around you. Take care of your health. Let go of past grudges. And, most importantly, don't wait for the perfect time to enjoy life. The perfect time is right now. If this video resonated with you and you're ready to take action, I'd love for you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. How are you choosing to live a meaningful life? Let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to hit the like button if you found value in this video, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you'll stay updated on all the wisdom and lessons we share here to help you live a fulfilling life. Remember, life is short. Live with intention, love without hesitation, and never take a single day for granted. Thank you for being a part of this community, and I'll see you in the next video.